Hi, I'm Leo Elizabeth.
And I'm Leo David.
Together we are the
Leos at Large.
Where have we been, David? It's been a long time. We're definitely not in Mexico.
No, we've been a lot of different places, including Mexico. Because we live in Tucson, Arizona, we've been traveling all around Arizona and even up into Colorado and Utah.
Well, that's where we've been. We were living in an apartment waiting for our house to be built, and now we're in the house and we're more settled so we can get back out and have some adventures. We had one. We went to Colorado, went to Ouray, Silverton, Durango. We'll show you some pictures and video of that, although, everybody else does videos of those as well, so ours wouldn't be as fancy, but maybe you'll find them to be of interest. Right. But today...
And even up to Moab on that trip, too. So
Moab,
I have a few on that,
Arches...
Arches National Park, Dead Horse Point, and Canyonlands. So
it was like Fred Flintstoneville.
And you'll see parts of that, too. So
that was really fun. So today we're taking a little side trip over to Superstition Mountains, Apache Junction. It's it's October, and it's pretty warm.
About 80 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. Going to be a beautiful day for hiking. We're at the Lost Dutchman State Park, which is the entry up into what's called Siphon Draw, which is a beautiful hike that goes up and over into Superstition Mountain, which is pretty technical. We're not going to do the technical parts today, but we're going to take a walk, and it's a wonderful trail that gets you up between the rocks. So that's where we are today.
I've never been. You've been?
I've been here years ago when I was working with an at-risk youth camp, and we took a hike up there, and it was beautiful camping here. Today we're not camping, we're just using the day use area, but still beautiful.
So we'll take you along and see if we see anything interesting. It's going to be beautiful, though.
Okay. All right, continuing on.
So as you can see with a series of photos here, this beautiful little state park, Lost Dutchman State Park. And they have a couple places you can park here to just take hikes, which makes it pretty nice for getting up and about. And as you're walking along, you see that there's a few little things to see. They have little signs and posts. And then eventually you come out and you start heading up toward the mountains themselves. The first part of the trail is fairly level through some beautiful cacti of different types, choyas and saguaros. As you get closer to the mountain, though, it gets a little steeper and you get surprisingly a little bit hard. The trail is a little more rocky, with boulders that are probably not the right size, about a foot in diameter, and they're kind of slippery. You can walk on them, and they're going to slide under your feet, so it's not the easiest trail in that part. But eventually, here you come to the beginning of the wilderness area, and you can see we're coming between the peaks up into the valley that extends way back up, and you can climb some of those peaks in the background if you really want. But it's pretty spectacular just to take a walk. And eventually, you can look back across the valley to see the other mountains in the distance. They're looking out west across the north part of Phoenix, Scottsdale. And as you go up a little bit farther on the trail, you can see it gets a little rockier. You're coming up into the next part of the trail, which is pretty spectacular.
Overhanging cliffs, so steep I can't even point this up straight above me. Looking back down the valley. We go for probably a little over an hour to get up here.
And this photo is actually from the Park Service itself. My camera didn't work for this part, so this is a nice vision of what you get to see as you continue on up. It's like a slick rock, which is always spectacular to be on, with easy to walk and come up into the mountains.
Well, we made it to, what, a mile up?
No, well, we're about a mile up into it after hiking almost a mile up to the trail. So this is where it gets really steep. It's steep pretty much most of the way.
Steep.
But now we're getting to it really gets steep. And this is a good hour and a half in. We started about 10 o'clock, so it's a little bit... We started when it's about 80 degrees. It's probably getting up in mid to upper 80s by now.
Oh, it's just a steady climb. We've climbed, Washington Cascades, and I don't remember feeling this winded. Of course, maybe I'm out of shape.
Yes, we've been living at about 2,000 feet, so it's a little harder to get acclimatized to this. But beautiful hike. If you have longer time and leave earlier, it gets a lot more spectacular up to the top. You can go, I think, about 15 miles round trip here. We probably go at about 4 miles today. And
Hour and a half.
it's worth it though. It is rocky. Definitely gonna be harder going down because a lot of loose rocks. Definitely wear boots if you can. And enjoy it. Spectacular setting. You're looking right up. I can't even film it because the rocks are straight up above us. So
Kind of like Finger Rock, don't you think? A little bit.
it's like a larger version of Finger Rock in Catalina's
Right.
in Tucson. So
Try it sometime.
enjoy it.